What's up everyone, welcome to the Surfside PPC YouTube channel. Today is going to be my Google Keyword Planner tutorial for 2022, and this is going to be really geared towards beginners who haven't used the Keyword Planner yet and are looking for some more information for how to do keyword research for SEO and how to do keyword research for Google Ads campaigns and really any PPC advertising campaign that they're running. So the first part of this video is accessing the Google Keyword Planner, and the best way to do that is to start by creating a Google Ads account if you don't have one already. Once you have a Google Ads account and you're all set up and ready to start running campaigns, what you can do is just go directly to this page right here, and I'll put this link in the video description so you can easily find it. So what you want to do is click on Go to Keyword Planner, and that's going to open up the Keyword Planner and give you a page that looks like this. Now, if you've never used Google Ads before, and if you've never used the Keyword Planner before, you might run into an issue when you create a new account. You're going to see screens that might look like this. What's your main advertising goal? If you do see the screen, what you want to do is click on Experienced with Google Ads. Now, it might bring you into a new screen saying to create a new campaign and select the campaign type that you'd like to create. So what you want to do is click on Create an Account Without a Campaign. That's going to allow you to get into the Google Ads interface where you can access the Keyword Planner. So let's get into the Keyword Planner and get started. So now getting started with the Keyword Planner, the first thing I want to go over is I have an old Google Ads account here that I used for tutorials in the past, and I don't have an active campaign running. So what might happen if you start using the Google Keyword Planner for the first time, let's just say you enter a keyword here, you want to find more keywords related to keyword research. So we're going to click on Get Results. So what the Keyword Planner is going to do is bring us the most relevant keywords based on whatever keywords we enter at the very top here. And you can see for average monthly searches, they're giving us a range of data. And at the very bottom here, you're going to see to get more detailed statistics, run a campaign. So if you're looking for more information in terms of the exact number of average monthly searches and to get the full Google Keyword Planner, what you want to do is run a Google Ads campaign. However, I wouldn't worry too much about knowing the exact number of average monthly searches because having a range of data is not the end of the world. Basically, this says there's 100 to 1,000 average monthly searches for Suval. So what that means is there might be 500 average monthly searches, for example. So it doesn't really matter that much that you have the exact number here. You can still target these keywords when you're creating content or for your Google Ads campaigns. So what I want to do next is show you the features of the Google Keyword Planner, and I'm going to come over to my other account where I actually have the search volume data and everything like that so we can look at the full version of the Keyword Planner. Now when you get in your Google Ads account, if you go to Tools and Settings and then under Planning in the menu, you can click on Keyword Planner to find this. Otherwise, just go to this page here, click on Go to Keyword Planner, and it will open up this screen. So I want to start, the first thing I want to go over is how to use keywords to expand your keyword list. So you can see here it says start with keywords. So what you want to do is enter products or services closely related to your business. Now you might have to do this multiple times if your business has a bunch of different products for sale. For example, if I come to my website Farmhouse Goals, I would do different searches for bedding, for curtains, for decor, for furniture, for lighting, because you don't want to try to find all of these keywords at once. What you can do is, for example, for farmhouse bedding, I can come in here and say, just enter some different related keywords that I know are related to bedding. So quilts, comforters. So all these different types of keywords is a great way to get started and to expand my keyword list specifically for farmhouse bedding. So I'm going to get rid of these for now. So let's just say I want to expand my keyword list for farmhouse furniture. So there's a couple different ways you could search here. You can start with keywords, which I'm going to show you. Or you could start with a website using either the entire website or a specific page. So starting with keywords, let's just say enter farmhouse furniture, and we'll enter some related keywords here. So tables. Okay, so I've entered 9 keywords here, all related to furniture and some of the more popular types of furniture that people are looking for the house. So you can enter a domain to use as a filter. So it will filter out services, products, or brands that you don't offer. I generally don't do this, so I'm not going to do this now. And you can see here, their tip is try not to be too specific or general. So meal delivery is better than meals for a food delivery business. So essentially you want to be entering keywords here that you think potential customers are going to search in Google to find a business like yours. So using these keywords, we can click on Get Results. And this is the first way to look for keywords and to find a huge list of keywords. Now I'm going to go through every part of the keyword planner coming up. I just want to show you some different ways to actually get to this screen where you have a ton of keywords. So entering these keywords here, it gave me over 6,000 keyword ideas, which really is just too many. So I'll show you how to filter out some of these different keywords. But if we scroll down, it's going to give me the keywords by relevance. So the most relevant keywords based on what I entered. And just going through here, you can see I already have a ton of keywords I can start to target with my content and with some of the products I'm selling on my website. So this is really helpful as you're trying to find different ways to target people based on what they're searching related to your business. So we're going to come back over here, and the other way you can find keywords is to start with a website. So starting with a website allows you to enter your entire website or a specific page on your website, and what the Google Keyword Planner is going to do is return a huge list of keyword ideas again, and it's all going to be keywords that they find the most relevant to our website. Okay, so I've used the entire site farmhousegoals.com, and we're going to click on Get Results, and then I'm going to go back to the keyword option, and I'm going to go through every part of the keyword planner. So we'll click on Get Results now. Okay, so using our website. Now, I don't use the website option that often, but what you can see is it's giving me the most relevant keywords on my website. So these are all different keywords that I know I have specific pages for. I have a page on my website for farmhouse TV stands for sale. I have a page on my website for modern farmhouse coffee tables, for farmhouse coffee table sets. But the other thing you're going to find here are different keywords that are really just generic keywords that are not really completely related to my website. I don't target just the keyword bar stools. I target the keyword farmhouse bar stools. So if you enter your website and you do average monthly searches, it's going to give you a ton of keywords here that are going to be extremely popular. So a ton of average monthly searches, but very, very difficult to rank for. So that's why I generally don't use my website. I prefer to just enter keywords and then go through the different keyword ideas they give me. So let's go back to the keyword ideas. And for this, I'm just going to enter a few different furniture keywords. So we'll do farmhouse furniture. Okay, so we just have 4 keywords here, and we're going to click on Get Results again. And now we're looking at the keywords that they gave us by relevance. So if we scroll down again, these are all very relevant keywords based on the ones that I entered. Now, the next thing I want to go over is average monthly searches here, the 3-month change, year-over-year change, competition, and then the top of page bid and the top of page bid high range. So they give you the low range and the high range. The other thing you'll see over here is account status. So if you're already bidding on a keyword, it's going to show in account here. So I'm bidding on some of these keywords in my campaign. So you can see it's showing that it's in my account. So we'll scroll back over, and I'll start with average monthly searches. So if we scroll to the top, you can see they give you the average monthly searches here. So for some companies and businesses, there's a ton of seasonality. There isn't a ton here, so it kind of dips a little bit in the summer. Pretty popular, showing in January 2021, and it's giving us the data from the previous 12 months. So it's actually December 2021. So what we can do is say all available, and it's going to give us from January 2018 to December 2021. So you can see it's grown pretty well, almost doubled basically from 2018 until about 2020, 2021. So there's a ton more searches now. So it's always good to see growth in terms of search volume. What I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down and just look at average monthly searches for all these keywords here. And if you scroll over, it'll show you the average monthly search volume for each individual keyword and how it kind of goes throughout the year. So obviously, if you're looking at things with Christmas and different things like that, it's going to show you a spike around November and December. So something like Christmas trees, which it showed earlier, obviously has a huge spike in the beginning of December. So this can be really useful if you're looking to target a specific keyword and you want to look for when the most searches happen. So if you're trying to optimize for different times of the year, I could say, okay, usually in May or in June or July, this keyword tends to peak. So I want to make sure 3-4 months beforehand, I'm already optimized for this keyword so I can take advantage of that search traffic. So that's one thing to keep in mind as you're looking for average monthly searches. The other thing I like to look at, so competition, basically every single keyword on this list is high competition, and that means there's a lot of advertisers bidding on these keywords. So competition is looking at the total number of advertisers that are bidding on each keyword, and it says relative to all keywords across Google. So sometimes you'll see competition as medium or low, so that means there just aren't as many advertisers bidding on those keywords. And to look at a little bit more about bids, there's top of page bid, the low range, and top of page bid, the high range. So this gives you an idea of how much advertisers are bidding on these different keywords. It can be very useful as you're setting your own bids for Google Ads or trying to kind of understand how much you think you're going to end up paying per click if you are targeting these keywords. So that's search volume and bids. Now, the one thing I just want to go over very quickly is you're going to see here keyword view. So the other thing I like to look at sometimes is grouped view, and this almost separates your keywords into Google Ads ad groups. So it's going to group together similar keywords. But what I do like about this is even at the very top, you could see bookshelf. So this is a good keyword that I can target. And if we click on this drop down arrow, you can see it pulls down some different long tail keywords related to farmhouse bookshelves. So if you are creating a page about the best farmhouse bookshelves, I can make sure I have a list of modern farmhouse bookshelves, of white farmhouse bookshelves. So just some of the different things that people are looking up pretty frequently, and it's going to help me create my content and kind of optimize it towards what people are searching for the most. So that's grouped view. So let's come back over to keyword view. Now we can keep going through this. They give you a ton of different groups, but if we come back over here to keyword view, when you do a search and in the keyword planner and you get your results, you're usually going to have refined keywords. So if we refine keywords, what you can do is exclude brand or non-brand keywords. You can exclude, since I'm looking up furniture here, I can say, you know what, I don't want anything related to TV stands. I don't want anything related to stools. I've already have those keywords covered, so I can remove them altogether. So it helps you get rid of some different keywords. It also helps you see some of the different keywords they pulled out. So farmhouse wardrobe, for example, is a keyword I haven't targeted yet. So that's something I know I can target. So refined keywords is good for not only excluding keywords, but also seeing where you might have gaps in what you're targeting with your content. Now, what I generally do here is for brand or non-brand keywords, I don't target most brand keywords for farmhouse goals. Some types of products I will, which I'll show you in a second. But for stores, I'm not targeting Pottery Barn farmhouse furniture, so I'm going to get rid of all of these stores altogether. If we keep scrolling down, they have other brands. So if I do carry some of these different brands, I might not want to get rid of them. For example, if I have Walker Edison products, there's no reason for me to exclude that keyword. But what you can do is exclude the other brands here, and it helps just to refine the keywords. And we went from 4,300 keywords to 3,800 keywords. So it's a great way to remove keywords that you weren't going to target altogether. Now, if we keep scrolling down, you can see they have room here. So they're going to come up with a bunch of things that you can refine based on what you type in. So it's going to be different for every single search, and the different products or services you're looking up, they're going to give you different ways to refine your keywords. But you can see down here, there's different things that I can get rid of altogether if I know I'm not going to be targeting them. And that's where refined keywords really comes into play. You can reset it. You can expand all of these so you can go through each individual one. For right now, I'm just going to click on the X. That's refined keywords. You can see I have 77 concepts excluded. Helps you get rid of keywords, again, you're just not targeting. Okay, so the next thing we're going to go over is some different ways to refine your targeting and use filters. So if we go to the top here, you can see it's set for United States as where I'm targeting. If you're not targeting the entire United States, you can get rid of this and enter the location here that you're targeting. For example, let's just say you serve the state of Texas. You can choose that as a state. Let's say you're just in Los Angeles County. You can go to Los Angeles and you can target the Nielsen DMA region. You could actually target Los Angeles County. So you can choose exactly where you're targeting. And then what that's going to give you is the average monthly searches for that specific area rather than the entire United States. For a local service company, for example, let's just say you're a plumbing company, you target the entirety of Los Angeles County, and then you're only going to see the keywords that are relevant for that area and the average monthly search volume for those keywords. So you're not going to see how many people are searching it in Boston or how many people are searching it in Minnesota or anywhere around the country. You're just going to see that specific region. So I usually just keep my location as United States, so we'll keep it as that for right now, but I just wanted to show that to you. So we'll click on cancel. Next, for language targeting, so you can actually choose different languages here, and what you want to do is target the languages that your customers speak. So I usually just keep this as English, so that's another option that you have. Now you're going to see Google and search partners. I usually just leave this as Google. I just think the end search partners isn't giving you exact data, and I prefer to just focus on Google. When it comes to search volume, I'm usually just looking at the last 12 months. That's usually automatically what it's going to give you, but you can look further back just to see maybe search volume's increasing, maybe it's decreasing, and you can see trends throughout the year again for seasonality, for different types of keywords, people looking for different things throughout the year. So that's some different options you have when it comes to targeting. Now, the other thing you can do is they usually give you broaden your search here, and they're going to give you some different options for keywords that you can target. So I could say, let me target farmhouse dining room furniture, farmhouse furnishings. I can add these to broaden my search. I'm just going to keep my search as is, but it's an option that you do have. We've already went over refined keywords, so we're going to scroll down here and go over filters. So filters can be used for a variety of reasons. You can do keyword text must contain a certain keyword. You can do it does not contain a certain keyword. And if you want to enter multiple keywords, I can say, I want to make sure my keyword text contains farmhouse or rustic. So we're going to click on apply. And I don't think that removed all that many keywords from our list, but just an option that you have for either keyword text must contain something, or let's say it does not contain things like cheap, affordable. I could do budget friendly. You can enter free here. For furniture, I could do something like near me and click on apply. And now any keyword here that was near me is going to get removed. So sometimes it's a good way to get rid of some different keywords that you know you do not want to target. Okay, next if we come into filters again, so average monthly searches, I'm going to go through that in a second. Competition, if you're looking for specific competition, low, medium, high, you can choose that. So I usually don't do competition here that often. So if we come and do more filters, add impression share. So that's something here that you can optimize by, and that's going to actually take the data from your Google Ads account. So you can see for the most part, I don't have a high enough impression share for any of these keywords because I have a very limited budget for the campaign I'm running. This one is showing that I have less than 1% ad impression share, and the rest, if you get a dash here, just means you don't have enough data. So I don't really have much here that I can use to refine my keyword list, so I'm not really going to worry about that. Top of page bid, low range, you can choose whether or not you want the top of page bid to be a certain amount on the low range or the high range. Again, not something I'm going to do at this point. If you're building a SEO keyword list, you don't really need to worry about any of these down here. Now, one thing you might want to do is average monthly searches. So some different options here. You can say average monthly searches is greater than or equal to, let's just say 100. So there's going to be a bunch of keywords at the bottom of the list here that have barely any average monthly searches. And if we just look at them real quick, so we'll look by low to high, you're going to see some of these down here have 0 searches. And some of them are just going to be things I'm not really going to target specifically with my website. So what I might want to do is let's just use average monthly searches and say it must be at least 100 average monthly searches for us to target it. Okay, so you can see here now it's showing 1,100 keyword ideas. So that got rid of a ton of keyword ideas that are probably at the very bottom of the list. What we could always do down the line is go back and look at some of those keywords that might be less than 100. The other thing you can do is add a filter and say average monthly searches must be between 100 and 1,000, for example. And what that's going to do is give you a ton of keywords that might not have a ton of average monthly searches, but they're going to be a little bit less competitive and they're going to be easier to rank for than something like farmhouse dining table, where there are a ton of advertisers bidding on this keyword, and there are a ton of huge websites that have farmhouse dining tables for sale. So it's very difficult to rank for a keyword like this with 33,000 average monthly searches. That is a very valuable keyword. So sometimes you can look through ranges of data using the average monthly searches here, and it gives you a ton of opportunities. So some of the best keywords on my website are keywords with less than 1,000, less than 500 average monthly searches, because they're easier to rank for and easier to get on that first page of Google for. So we're going to click on the X here for now, and what we have is 1,100, almost 1,200 keyword ideas related to farmhouse furniture. So what you can do now is download this list either as a CSV file, or what we can do is download it using Google Sheets. So if we click on that, you're going to see a file name and then it's going to save to a specific folder. So I'm not going to be doing the Google Sheets right now, but you can see how easy it is to download to Google Sheets if you do use Google Sheets. So what we can do is we'll download the CSV file and just open it just to show you what it looks like. Okay, so this is what the file looks like, and they're going to give you all the different keywords that we have here, the average monthly searches, we have the 3-month change, the year-over-year change, so some of the different trends, the bidding, the competition level in a form of a number, And then they actually give you searches by month. So this is January 2021. This is February 2021. So they're actually giving us how many searches for these individual keywords for each month. So if we scroll down, you're going to see there's a ton of keywords here. So usually what I do when I'm creating an SEO keyword list is I go through this list and I pull out every keyword that I find unique. So something, for example, like a farmhouse filing cabinet. So as I'm coming up with different keywords related to farmhouse cabinets, farmhouse filing cabinet is something I can target specifically with a page that's just listing the top rated farmhouse themed filing cabinets for sale. And it could be something that I used on my page for farmhouse office furniture. So that's kind of the way that I look at it. Farmhouse trunk coffee table, that's something that I can optimize for on my farmhouse coffee tables page. And maybe I try to put together a list of different products for sale through the shop of my website of farmhouse trunk style coffee tables. Now, something like farmhouse style cabinets, that's not a keyword I would really optimize for altogether. It's just, I view that as the same exact keyword as farmhouse cabinets. However, as I am optimizing for something like farmhouse beds, farmhouse bed frames, I can say farmhouse twin bed frames. That's something with 590 average monthly searches. So that's something that's worth optimizing for. So as you scroll down here and you start looking for more and more keywords, you're really trying to find keywords that, even if it's something like 390 searches, a farmhouse linen cabinet, a farmhouse display cabinet, these are different things you can try to optimize your website for by creating pages where I'm listing products for those types of keywords for sale. So it's going to give you a ton of different ideas. Now, something over here like rustic farmhouse entryway bench, I would just target the keyword farmhouse entryway bench. So some different ways to look at keywords is you don't need to say, I need to optimize for every single keyword that's here. What you really want to say is, okay, farmhouse bar table, that's a good keyword to optimize for. Farmhouse chest, that's a good keyword to optimize for by itself. Liquor cabinet, that's one to optimize for by itself. So these are different pages I can create on my website, whereas something like white farmhouse cabinet, I might just want to put that specifically on the cabinets page. So some different ways to look at keywords is to kind of understand which ones you can pull out as their own topic, and other ones are really just going to be viewed as a subtopic within basically a larger category. So it can be difficult as you are doing SEO keyword research to understand the keyword intent behind each individual keyword, what people are actually looking for, what you can actually optimize for and rank on Google with. So that's something you're trying to always improve as you go. But if you do come up with a keyword list like this one with over 1,000 keywords, as you keep coming down, you're just going to have a ton of keywords here that you're really not going to ever really optimize for, because it's just not worth it ultimately. So this is how to kind of do SEO keyword research using the Google Keyword Planner. The other thing that you can do is if you are trying to expand keywords for an existing page, so let's just say, for example, I have a page about farmhouse coffee tables, and I'm trying to find every relevant keyword to farmhouse coffee tables. What you could do is search that keyword and click on Get Results. And what we can do is look at the most relevant keywords based on what we entered. And you can see here, so white farmhouse coffee tables, square farmhouse coffee tables, lift top coffee tables. So making sure I have all of these variations on my page where I am trying to sell farmhouse coffee tables. And then some of these, for example, round farmhouse coffee table, that's something I can create a separate product category for. Now you can also, to take it one step further, is let's get rid of this, go to a website. You can use a specific page. So I can enter the farmhouse coffee tables page on my website, and then it will just pull keywords from that page and try to find the most relevant keywords. And I need to make sure that I'm optimized for those keywords as best as possible. Okay, so the next and last thing that I'm going to go over is how to create a Google Ads campaign through the Google Keyword Planner. So you can actually build a keyword plan and publish it to Google Ads. And I did just create a full video about this topic on my channel. I will link that video in the description. So if you're interested in building a Google Ads campaign using the Google Keyword Planner from start to finish. But what I want to show you is a few different ways that you can build a keyword plan and forecast some data. So if we click on broaden your search, we'll just add some of these different keywords here. So farmhouse table, farmhouse chairs, and we'll just do farmhouse furniture. So kind of the same ones that we looked up before. And we click on Get Results again. So if we scroll down here, so what we can do is select individual keywords, and you can see here we have the keyword selected. We could either add it to our plan or to an existing campaign. So if we click on existing campaign, I can take the campaign that I'm running right now and add this keyword to it, create a separate ad group, and it will allow me to start targeting more and more keywords within my campaign. Now, if we don't have a campaign yet to add it to, what we want to do is add it to our plan. We want to create a new ad group. So let's just say our ad group matches the keyword that we are targeting. The way I look at ad groups as I'm building a Google Ads campaign is they should all have a landing page that is really relevant to the keywords in the ad group, and I can create advertisements that actually match what people are searching for. So when I'm creating a new ad group for farmhouse coffee tables, I want to add this keyword in here. We're going to click on create to create this new ad group, and then you want to select your keyword match type. I generally go with phrase match keywords. I think it gives you the best of broad and exact, where you have plenty of search volume and the searches are going to be relevant to the keywords that I enter. So we're going to click on add keyword here. And now what that's going to do is start building our keyword plan. So if we click on keyword plan here, you can see we have one saved keyword, and it's going to show the average monthly search volume for that keyword. So if we come back over to keyword ideas, we can continue to build our plan, and we'll just add a couple more here. So we're going to add farmhouse table to a plan. We would create an ad group, do farmhouse tables, click on create, phrase match keyword, and we'll add that keyword. Farmhouse chairs, so the same thing. I would create new ad groups for all of these. I don't want people who are looking specifically for farmhouse chairs to land on a page with farmhouse tables or farmhouse coffee tables. So what you can try to do is create ad groups and really keep it as organized as possible. Something like chairs and tables, because they have so many variations, what you might want to do is, we'll do farmhouse chairs, our new ad group, is do an exact match keyword, because that's going to keep the keyword relevancy as high as possible for those ad groups that are really much more broad. Whereas something like, if we come down here a little bit, farmhouse desk, I would target the phrase match keyword for farmhouse desk. So for example, farmhouse table and chairs. So if we're targeting the phrase match for that keyword, it could go into either one of these ad groups. So that's where you might want to use exact match as you're creating your plan. So we'll just enter exact match here just to keep going with the example. But what we can do is, if you do have a whole campaign built here, and let's just say you created a huge plan, you have hundreds of keywords, what you can do is forecast that data. So if you come over to forecast, it's going to show our draft plan. You can see bid strategy to maximize clicks, or you can choose manual CPC. I would recommend just doing maximize clicks here. And then you can update your location targeting, your language targeting. I usually just keep this as Google. And what it's showing me, since I'm recording this in January 2022, it's showing me the forecast data for the following month. So it's giving me February 1st to the 28th, 2022, the forecast data. So I'm obviously only targeting 3 keywords here. You would want to target much more than that. But if I come in here and let's just say my conversion rate is 5%, my value per conversion is $25. So we'll click on save. So it's showing that with a $15 average daily budget, I would get 44 conversions for $420. So my cost for the campaign would be $420. I would drive 880 clicks. My click-through rate would be 3.9%. And it's actually showing my conversion value at $1.1 thousand with a return on ad spend of 2.6 or 260%. So my average CPA would be $9.51. And then my value per conversion here was $25. Obviously, these are pretty generous numbers, 5% conversion rate, $25 value per conversion. So if your conversion rate is 2%, if your value per conversion is $15, then you might not see the same exact overall value from a campaign. $420 in cost, $270 in conversion value. So if you know your value per conversion on average, maybe using Google Analytics data, maybe using the data you have from Shopify or whatever you're selling, whatever it is, if you know your conversion rate and your value per conversion, you can enter that here, and it just gives you more data so you can understand what to expect from your campaign. Now, if we adjust our bid strategy at the top here to manual CPC, one thing you might see is if we do set a max cost per click, you can see it's going to show what you can get from this campaign if you adjust your max cost per click up or down. So you're eventually going to reach these points where there's no reason to keep increasing your max cost per click because it's only going to hurt your overall conversion rate. But as you come down, you might be able to say, okay, if I set my max CPC at 94 cents, so click down here, we have $1.62, for example. My cost is going to be 3.4 thousand. My conversion value still really not good enough to run this campaign, but you can kind of have an understanding using this forecast data of how much you're going to get for your campaign. Now what we can do next is click on create campaign, just name it, choose an average daily budget. So they're recommending a very high budget here. I could say I want a $10 daily budget. Click on save and it will launch the campaign. All we need to do is create our advertisements and our campaign will start running. Now, last but not least, I'm going to click on cancel one more time. If we come over to tools and settings, planning, we click on the keyword planner. If you're working on a plan, so for example, this is the one we were just working on. This is one I implemented previously, so it was last modified a couple days ago. It will save your plan for years. So if you are working on a plan, you can continue to work on it and work on it and work on it over time and then launch your campaign when you're ready. So the keyword planner is a great way to build Google Ads campaigns. Now, the other thing you can do is get search volume and forecast. I prefer to create a plan and go to the forecast like I showed you. But ultimately, to use the keyword planner, click on discover new keywords, start with keywords here. If, let's just say, for example, Advanced Auto Parts reached out to me and said, we want to promote everything on our website, I would basically go one category at a time. So if we look at brakes here, you can see I would enter the keyword brakes. I would do brake pads, brake shoes, brake rotors, brake calipers. I would enter all of these different keywords here to find as many keywords as possible related to brakes. And then you would keep doing this for all of these different categories. Obviously, keyword research can take a very long time, but it is vital to come up with these keyword lists, for example, like this one that we built here, to really understand the types of keywords that people are typing in. And what you want to do is go through your keyword list, pull out the topics that you know you can target with your website and the targets you want to rank for. And the more and more that you do that, the better and better you create content and create pages, whether it's products on the pages, whether it is just general information, the higher you will rank over time. So that is my Google Keyword Planner tutorial. Come to Google Ads, get started with using it. If you're creating campaigns, if you're doing search engine optimization research, it's a very great free keyword research tool. Even if you don't get all the data for average monthly searches, you still get a ton of ideas. So thanks for watching my video today, and make sure you subscribe to the Surfside PPC YouTube channel.